What's up guys, David here and welcome to the Fit Pro Daily. This week is all about automations and systems, and we're going to start this week off with Joe McNee coming on to share his insight in setting up a client onboarding system. Now today's guest interview is a little bit different because Joe's actually going to show us how to do this step by step. So if you're listening to this right now, then my suggestion would be is to press pause, come find the video and actually watch the video. Anyway, enough of me talking, let's dive into Joe's guest interview. Good morning, guys, and welcome to this week's guest interview. Usually it's a little bit later in the afternoon, but today we're nice and early because we've got Joe all the way from sunny Scotland.
Yep.
Nice weather, nice weather. Cool. So Joe's been on before. This time we're going to look at things a little bit different. Just so everybody does know, there does seem to be a little delay in the audio on Joe's side. So I might say something, it might take a few seconds for Joe to respond. But Joe, welcome back. Tell us a little bit more about how you get started for the people who don't know who Joe is.
Quick kind of background. Full-time teacher in an ASN school, which is essentially the day job. Started a side hustle, so to speak, doing a bit of personal training on the side. Got super busy with face-to-face coaching. Missus was going nuts because I was out of the house all the time. Transitioned into online, became fully booked online. Struggled to kind of cope with the sheer workload of sending onboarding emails. Ventured into automation, started to really enjoy it, love it as a bright saddle, and then kind of started helping other kind of coaches and gym owners automate their boring admin tasks, the tasks that you never sign up when you start being a PT or a coach to actually do, but need done.
Yeah. So where are you now? You're still at the day job and then doing this as a part-time gig then?
So I'm still doing all of it, mate. I'm still in the day job. I'm still teaching currently in school at the moment. I'm still coaching, although on kind of reduced capacity, so that
Nice.
I can build up FitLogic systems, which is the kind of done for you / now do it yourself service that I run, teaching coaches how to automate their own business.
Cool. Okay. So tell us what does automation actually mean? What is automation?
Sorry, mate, I missed that question there because my Wi-Fi is pretty garbage.
No, it's okay. We were just checking in, see what automation actually is for people that are not sure what automation is or the power of automation. What is automation?
Okay, so automation is essentially automatically doing tasks or transferring data from one place to another place. So for instance, a lead fills in your application form, you go into an application form and you copy it in a spreadsheet. And automation would just be as they fill an application form, it's automatically their details are on the spreadsheet. So any kind of transfer of data from one place to another place is kind of automation. It just happens automatically based on a trigger. So when somebody does something or a coach does something, it triggers a knock-on effect like dominoes.
So in other words, it's kind of saving you a load of time as well.
Yeah, like it could save you maybe 5 to 10 seconds, but over kind of 20, 30 clients, it could save you half an hour to an hour. And if you repeat that for 4 and 5 tasks, you can easily save kind of 5 to 10 hours a week.
Nice. Okay, so where do you really get started with automation? Do we just try and automate everything, or do we need to start building it up slowly?
Sorry, what was that again, mate? This Wi-Fi is horrendous.
No, we're just saying, where do we actually get started with automation then? Is it a case of just seeing what tasks are taking up a lot of time, or should we start in a specific place?
I would start by literally creating a list of everything you do that you almost hate doing admin work on a week by week kind of basis. Kind of write a list down. You'll see things that will appear several times, that check-in email that you've got to send to everybody every week, an onboarding email, whatever it is, just write down everything you do. If something gets repeated over and over again, it's probably something that can be automated. So the first step is spending the time you don't have writing down everything you do to create more time. And then from there, plan out a kind of an almost repeatable journey that your client takes. So if somebody's working with you, from getting them in via ads, organic kind of systems, what happens? They go into this autoresponder, they sign up. What is the journey when they sign up? How long is it for? When do you want to kind of create a touch point? And then what's their exit journey? If somebody leaves after 12 weeks, how do you re-engage them? What information do you get off them to improve your service? 90% of that can all be automated to happen for every client. So a very similar standardized journey from opt-in to opt-out, essentially.
Nice. So it does kind of sound a little bit complicated. Does it require a vast amounts of technologies and software, or can it all kind of be done with one thing?
It depends what you use. Now, this is the difficulty I've had in kind of trying to get what I do across, is everybody uses software that they've signed up to and prefer. Like, I'm a big advocate of ActiveCampaign, but lots of the clients I've worked with are using MailChimp because it was simple at the time and not as scary looking as ActiveCampaign. So it works with all your current systems. It's basically just taking all your different softwares and join them together so they work and speak to each other, sharing information and doing the things that you would manually kind of do.
Nice. Okay, and you've got a demonstration for us this week.
I am going to show you very quickly how to set up a kind of immediate welcome email from a Stripe payment.
Nice, cool. Let's dive into it.
Right, cool. I'll just share my screen just now. Yeah, share screen. Right. Can everybody see that all right?
Yeah.
Should be Zapier. So Zapier is essentially the glue that holds everything together. It allows your kind of accounts to talk to each other. Now, there is a free version, and the setup I'm going to show you, you can easily do in the free version because it's not going to be overly complex whatsoever. So what we want to do is we want to kind of create a Zap. And the way Zapier works and automation works, it's when this happens, do this. So when someone signs up or pays, what is you want them to do, or what do you want to happen? So if I go Stripe, yeah, click Stripe. Now, it may ask you to add your Stripe account. What you've got to do is when you go here is click on the Developers tab, go to API keys, reveal this secret key, and it'll give you a box to paste it into. Also, I've already skipped that step because I've been using it. And we want to trigger an event. So what happens is a new event. So something happens within Stripe, that is our trigger, and then we're going to automate a welcome email from that. Choose account, choose this one. And then we've got the event type. And this is the important part. We need to be specific about what we want here. And we want to go checkout session completed. Now, that's important we click that because it uses Stripe's new payment link features. So if you want to kind of just send a payment link out to someone, they fill it in, this will pick that up. Okay, there's no information in there just now because I've not actually done it. There we go. come through. So I've tested the trigger. It gives me all this information. Now at the moment, this is all gibberish, right? We don't need to actually pay attention to that. We just need to know that it's pulling some information for us. Go ahead, continue. Now, this is where it's going to get difficult. I am going to show you how to set it up in ActiveCampaign, but the principles are the exact same for Aweber, MailChimp, MailerLite, if anybody uses that. And what I do is want to create or update a contact. The reason for that is if they're already in your email list, we want to update them. And if they're not, we want to create the contact to get them into your email list and onto your email kind of software. Choose the account we want. I'll use this one again. You might need to do a wee bit of logging in and stuff to accounts if you've never used Zapier before, but once you've done it once, it is then done the whole time. Now, you want to choose the list you want to send them to. So I'm just going to put them onto my main list so they get my newsletter. And then this is where we need to transfer the information. So email address will pop up here. So custom email address, so I want to match that. It's got first name or last name. Now we don't have that data because Stripe takes full name, so we need to make sure we're putting full name in, which is here. And then what that'll do is that'll add a customer to my ActiveCampaign using that email address and full name. Now, if we want to trigger a welcome email, what we want to do is pre-set up something in ActiveCampaign anyway. This is very much here's one I prepared earlier. So David Kyle Fit Pro Lead Gen is the tag. When that tag is added, it's going to automatically send this welcome to email. And this could then be welcome to, here's your next steps, and you could build out a full automation that triggers based on this one tag. So what I want to do is lead gen, and then I want to continue. And it'll tell me if there's any mistakes or anything to do. So it's looking good. It's going to add me to the list name. It's going to add this tag, and I have tested continue. And it's told me it's a success. So now I'll have a contact added to my ActiveCampaign with that tag. And then if I turn it on, it'll be live. And now if I go to contacts, and I've not got many because I've just created a whole new kind of list. And if I find myself, let's put the Sunday name as well. I can't even type it now. Here we go. And if I check that, I should have that tag added. So slow Wi-Fi, not me. Slow down. Fresh. Right. Nothing's let me scroll down, but it will be there. And then when I activate my automation, it'll trigger. So right now it's inactive, so nothing will be sent. So make sure that your Zap is on and that your automation is active, and it'll send your emails. And you can do the same for check-ins, reviews, so that after every 4 weeks, if somebody signs up, they're going to get the email asking you for a review or anything like that. So yeah, very straightforward, very simple. In the 2 steps, you can do it on a free Zapier account. If you want to do more complex things like filter them based on what service you want to kind of sign up to, it then becomes a paid account, so you can filter people into group coaching, face-to-face coaching, online coaching, any other kind of. So yeah, that will give you the kind of basics, and you can follow that logic to then automate things into an autoresponder, your lead tracker. You know, the big one is check-in reminders. People forget to do them, so you can create a loop with an ActiveCampaign for check-in reminders. That every Saturday they get a reminder to check in, so you can feed that to them on a Sunday.
So Zapier is the thing that glues everything together then, really?
Zapier is, there is other software similar to Zapier, but Zapier is the simplest with the most connections of software to software.
And how in depth or how many triggers can you create? Are we going to do like a new sale came in, they get added to active campaign, maybe they get added to in the spreadsheets, they get this text message and all this kind of stuff as well?
Depending on the account version, you could have up to 100 steps after your trigger. And you can add in delays and you can add in different things that are happening. So, for instance, say you're launching something and you wanted something in an email list and you wanted to build excitement for a week, but they sign up with 2 days to go. You only might want to send them 2 emails and not all 7 emails because you start on a Monday, so you don't want to double up the emails. So you could then start an excitement automation. When they enter the new automation, you can remove them from the excitement one, so they're only getting the emails that they need to build that excitement engagement. Essentially, your imagination is your only limit, and automation is one of these things that if you don't know what's possible, you don't know what's possible. It's a difficult one to kind of picture if you don't know what it can do.
So is it worth mapping it all out, getting a big pen and paper and just kind of write in the journeys and steps that you think?
Yeah, and what you want to happen and where touch points are and where triggers are and where, because you might have several triggers within a journey. If you say you want to kind of do an automatic upsell, hi, welcome to DK9 Fitness. We found most of our members get success when they buy our specialist recipe book. Now, if they don't click that link, you might want to put them somewhere else. And if they do click it, you might want to say, oh, they're quite a hot buyer, so we might try and maybe in a week's time sell them something else.
Yeah.
Because they've clicked, that's another trigger point within it, and then the trigger can create more branches, and it's endless, mate, endless.
And what software are you using to start mapping and planning these kind of journeys out with?
I personally use Lucid Chart, which is basically just a nice kind of thing for putting flowcharts together. But a big sheet of paper and a pen, and you can scribble it out. I always kind of do my own scribbles first, but before I give it to clients, I tidy it up on Lucid Chart. So, because I think I should have been a doctor in my handwriting, mate.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So is there anything finally you think we should consider or look at when we're starting to automate our fitness business?
Do it one step at a time. So do not try and automate your full business in one go, because what I've found is it works for you and it makes sense in your head, but your clients, it might not make sense to them. So do it a step at a time. For instance, the welcome email, make sure all the information's there. They know exactly what to do. If they don't, tidy it up, fix it. Once that's running smoothly, look at your next step and do it one step at a time, so you don't overwhelm yourself with 500 steps. Something goes wrong and you're not sure about what step it is that's not quite working the way it's supposed to.
Nice. Okay. So everybody listening, just don't go crazy one step at a time, because like Joe was saying, something might break or something might change and you've created this massive complex automation, and then it's like halfway down you need to change something, or that one thing that's not set has then destroyed everything else that's set. Set them up, test, play around, and make sure it definitely works, then move on to the next one. Yeah.
And make sure it works for your clients, because me and you know how a fitness business runs. We know what went out there, so we kind of go blinkers in. The clients have no idea what information we're trying to get across to them.
Yeah.
So you might then need to kind of change it so that it suits them. Is one big massive email the way forward, or is it several drip feeding emails so they're not overwhelmed? So these things kind of need to be tested to make sure your clients are essentially doing what you want them to do.
Nice. So people watching this, how can they find out a little bit more about what it is you do, or maybe have a chat about seeing what automations they maybe should consider in their own fitness business?
So right now, Instagram is kind of going to have a lot of kind of the automations that I can do to try and showcase what is possible. So get me on Instagram, drop me a message. I have just launched a do-it-yourself course, which is kind of in beta tested mode. So if anybody wants to kind of jump in and have a go while I'm there kind of supporting, it's got a request feature in the course as well. So if there's softwares that I haven't covered, because the combination is limitless, from forms to email provider could be, 50 different combinations. So that people can request kind of combinations of thingies, and I'll put it in the course area. But yeah, reach out, because the more you kind of talk about your ideas, I'll let you know if it's possible, the best way to do it, and then kind of help you do it. Like I say, I've got the course there. I do a done for you service, whereas I'll automate your full business and look after it and make sure it always works. So yeah, Instagram's probably best at the moment, which is a strange one.
Nice. Joe, I appreciate your time today. Hope you don't get in trouble for being on that school. But yeah, we'll probably have you on in the next couple of months again to go over some other stuff on automation. But again, appreciate you coming on today.
No, not a problem. And if anybody has any kind of questions about setting up their own onboarding, just fire them over to me, because I'm happy to kind of help them out and make sure people are kind of connecting things properly.
Nice. Cheers, Joe. Speak to you soon.
Right. Speak soon, mate.
Bye-bye. So that was Joe giving us an insight into setting up an onboarding system for new prospects coming into your fitness business. Like I said, this week is all about systems and automation, so be sure to check out the rest of the week. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Cheers.